Welcome to the ROI of Peace podcast. I'm so excited you're here. I'm sending you lots of hugs and lots of love. I'm so excited we get to spend this time together. When my family and I were in Hawaii a few years ago, it was the most magical trip ever. I am a beach girl. I love the beach. I'm here in Texas. I don't feel like our beaches are that good. And so I love Florida beaches. I love any kind of beach. We went to Costa Rica, went to the beach. I mean, it's just a magical, wonderful place. So in Hawaii, we were talking as a family, like, what excursions do we want to do? And everybody settled on, we really want to go on this boat ride snorkeling trip. It was this boat ride up and down the Oahu coast. And then we'd stop for snorkeling. Now, I have this deep-seated fear of I love the ocean, but I have a deep-seated fear of deep water. Like, it can be a pool, it can be an ocean. I just need to touch the bottom or see the bottom or have a clear pathway to be able to walk out of the water, you know? So when we were on this boat ride, the captain stopped us where we were going to snorkel, and he said, everybody that wants to snorkel, go to the front of the boat. You're going to get some instructions and you'll be able to go in and snorkel. We'll have people in the water helping out and all these things. And so I was like, if I'm going to snorkel anywhere, this is the place to snorkel. I'm going to have deep regrets. My future self will be like, why didn't you do that or try it, you know? And so I thought, okay, let's try this. Let's go. Let's at least go to the front of the boat, get the instructions. So when we went to the front of the boat, they said everybody has to have a life vest on. Now you can pump up your life vest or you can have just no air in the life vest, depending on what you want to do. But you have to have a life vest on. So I was like, I will pump this life vest full with air. I will be floating. So my husband's like, Scott's like, hey, everybody's going to go snorkeling. I know I want you to have this experience. Do you want me to stay and help, And I'm like, I think I'm going to stay very close to the boat. So, because I don't want to be so tired that I can't swim back. I know they wouldn't just leave me there, but like, I don't want to be so exhausted that I can't get back to the boat. I let everybody, my family, I let everybody on the boat go. I was like, everybody go, because I know it's going to take me a little bit of time to get into the water because of my fear, plus the MS fatigue. You never know when that's going to rise up. And so I'm like, just everybody go. So I'm about to walk down the little ladder, into the ocean. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, I can see clearly, but I can't, the bottom is really far away. And as I am like hesitating, the captain of the boat says, hey, would you like a floaty, like one of the pool noodles? And I'm like, send me the pool noodle. Yes. So here I have a life vest on. I have a pool noodle. And then this other woman that was kind of helping out with things, she was in the water and she's like, hey, do you want to, because she could still tell I was so nervous. She's like, hey, do you want to hang on to the life ring that's attached to the boat? She's probably thinking inside, girl, you're not going to lose it, but just, and I was like, yes, that sounds great. So here I am with a life vest, a pool noodle, and a wonderful, like, attachment to the boat. Like the ring, the ring that they throw into people, like, hey, catch this, and then they could pull them back in. I got that too. So I got into the water and I was like, okay, surely I could do this. So I get into the water. This nice woman was like, all you have to do is tip forward, put your face into the water, and let your feet rise up. And I was like, okay, surely I can do this. And so that's what I did. I tipped over, I put my face into the water, and I was like, my goodness. I saw the most beautiful fish with bright colors, and they were swimming all around me. It was stunning. I saw coral, bright purples and pinks and oranges, and just like, it was unreal. So I had my face down in the water for like a minute or two looking around, and I come back out and I'm like, that was phenomenal. I have never seen the earth like that. A piece of the earth that I've never experienced before, but I only experienced it because I had a pool noodle, a life vest, and I knew I was attached to the boat. I needed these different things to help me to have this great experience. In personal development, we need to have these beautiful experiences that support us, that accommodate who we are. I really, really cannot stand when people are like, hey, whether it's a guru or a coach or someone in the industry is like, hey, do this one thing and you'll be great. That one size fits all methodology does not work. And that's where human design comes in. Human design is it's a personality test similar to the StrengthsFinders or Enneagram, but you will love it 10 times more because it goes into 10 times more depth. It shows you how you're designed to use your energy, how you're meant to make decisions, and the gifts that you were individually born with. It's 35 to 40 parts on everybody's human design chart that shows how do you show up in this world and how do you make the thing that you want happen for you individually. So instead of forcing life, you start working with your gifts, tapping into the support and the accommodations that you need, making better decisions. This is the beauty of human design. Take a breath. You've got this. Okay, when you're looking at your human design chart, you're going to look on the type, and it's kind of listed out across from the body graph where there's just a list of all these like strategies and profiles. You want to look at type, and your type is a reflector. And if you are a reflector, this is amazing because you are 1% of the whole entire population. Oh my goodness. So I was at a networking event and talking to people about human design, and I was like, they're like, I love human design. I'm like, me too. And one of the girls was like, yeah, I'm a reflector. And literally I audibly gasped. What? I have only met a few reflectors, like handful of reflectors. I can probably count it on one hand because it's that rare. And reflectors have so much power. And you have so many gifts. So your mantra is, gift is my ability to see and sense what others cannot. You are a powerful observer. You don't generate energy the way other types do. You absorb, you reflect, and you amplify. So what this means is you can go into a space and you can read the room without people telling you what they're thinking or feeling. Can you sense what someone's going to say before they say it? Can you sense the feelings that they're going to describe before they say it? So you have this deep internal connection. You have this double empathy where you're able to be really empathetic because you're feeling and sensing this unspoken story that's even happening. So you can feel, before they even open their mouth, you can sense their fears. You can sense their emotions. You can sense their ideas. You can sense their inspiration. All these things are coming at you, and which is really beautiful. So I want you to think about your sensitivity as not something that's distracting or annoying. I want you to think about it as your superpower. Now, all of our gifts can be wonderful, but they can also be challenging. And so because you're getting all this intelligence from other people, you really need to create a way that you can release those emotions, because it's kind of like a backpack, and you've put bricks of everybody's stuff in your backpack, and you're carrying this backpack around, and you're not setting it down and recognizing what is your own emotions, what are your own fears, and it's just all blending together. So really for you, it's important for you to have alone time to disengage, not have people around, because even if people aren't talking to you, if they're physically in your space, you're going to feel all their stuff. And so that really needs to be something that you do to accommodate you having more energy, to accommodate you having more emotional space for yourself, because your natural state is to be cool, calm, and collected. But when you have all this energetic waves and thoughts and feelings and fears coming towards you, it's going to be like a roller coaster, and we don't want that, right? You're going to feel things that are deeply. You're going to sense the unspoken. You're going to see patterns that other people miss. You reflect back to people, their environments, and what's going on, and the truth of what you can sense. And so you're going to feel like all these emotions and their intelligence for you. What to really what I want you to also watch out for is, again, your energy comes in ebbs and flows. Okay. So you need to give yourself some accommodations of not always being on. But again, you can do whatever you want. You just need to have the support to get there. You may find yourself really drained by the wrong environments, and this can include the wrong people. And so I want you to be mindful of what environment are draining you. It could even be the chaos of like cluttered papers or not having things look a certain way. It could be that people are there's energy vampires, people that just take energy from you and they're dealing with their own traumas. And we recognize that, but you can put some boundaries around that as well. Your identity is fluid because you're taking on all these emotions of other people and things, and you can be like a social chameleon. You can really match what everybody's going for, and that actually is a superpower. So instead of thinking about that like, do I not have my own identity? I'm one person with this, I'm another person with this. Actually, I want you to take that as a win. That's a really beautiful social chameleon. And so you can understand and bend with other people's points of view as well and be like, you know what, I can understand that. I can see both sides really clearly. And that is a beautiful gift. Now, your strategy of how you make things happen is timing. Timing is everything to you, and you're going to need some more time to make decisions. You're going to need some more time to process things. When something feels off, it probably is. So give yourself time to figure out what that is. Your clarity comes with time. So don't rush it. Don't feel like this pressure to be decisive. If you're like, gosh, I'm so indecisive and I hate that, it's part of your process. And so whenever you feel that in your mind coming on, be like, you know what? I was born to take my time, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's the beauty of how you make things happen. Give yourself time. So if you need to tell others or yourself, hey, I need to sleep on this, or can you give me until next week? Or if, you're going out to dinner and you're like, I can never decide, just let someone else make the decision. Don't get to that part where you're being so hard on yourself that it needs to look a certain way. Here's some reflection questions for you. Is this space energizing or draining to me? Do I need time alone to feel like myself again? Am I rushing this decision or allowing clarity to come? So good. And your human design has so many gifts that you were born with. I just absolutely love reflectors so much. You bring so much unique perspective to the world. And I love that we get to spend this time together. And if you are like, I need to go deeper, look in the show notes for ways that we can spend more time together. You can get a human design reading. You can have app access and be tapped into the interferers, which are sabotaging characters and patterns in your life that happen over and over again. And in my mastermind, a group of wonderful women who are helping each other to work through challenges and inspire new abilities. I'll see you inside the next episode.